Namaskaram. On behalf of Rasa Web Channel, we are very very happy and fortunate to have with us the legendary gurus Shri VP Dhananjayan sir and Shantha akka. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
Could you please share with us your divine journey in Natya with us?
Namaskaram. Divyasena. Our Bharatanatyam journey started in the year 1952 for Shantha and 53 for me. So she is 1 year senior to me in Kalakshetra. Coming from a very remote village of Kerala, for me, landing in Kalakshetra is a big leap from a remote village to a beautiful city of Madras, then now Chennai, and in Madras, a beautiful village, that is Theosophical Society, Gardens, and Adyar environment in Kalakshetra. Kalakshetra was functioning there under the banyan tree. So now the Kalakshetra is now known as the banyan tree because Kalakshetra has produced so many branches all over the globe. So it goes synonymous with banyan tree goes synonymous with Kalakshetra. That is how we started, and when I reached, Shantha was already there, and she was the first girl at the age of 8 probably, first girl I met, introduced by our great Ashan.
For me, it was, I don't know, I was too young to even realize where I am going. You know, I was just about 8 years old when my family suggested that when I showed great interest in music and dance, they thought they should send me to an institution where they particularly teach Natya. So earlier they had thought of sending me to Shantiniketan. Then someone suggested, I was too young, just 8 years old, going all the way to Shantiniketan. Then someone who knew about Kalakshetra suggested that I should go to Kalakshetra if that is possible.
That is the destiny. She has to meet me. That's how it happened
to come.
Your first performance experience.
My first performance experience, not solo. Okay, when I joined Kalakshetra in 1952, around June, Rukmini Amma was away on a tour abroad. So I hadn't seen her. You know, we have always heard about Rukmini Devi, Atte, Rukmini Devi. And then she came back around, I think in August, around that time, August, September, after completing her trip. So to receive her, there was like a welcome performance by students, younger students. So I was also included among the already, trained students there to do Pinal Kolatam, where you have some adavus, like Tate Teta, Ushi Adavu and all that, which I hadn't yet learned. I was only doing Tattadavu. So to me, it was a great leap, they cast me in along with already known dancers there, little ones of course. And then they had to train me. I remember learning just Tate Teta for the sake of Kolatam. Oh. So to me, it was a dream come true, and I didn't know what was happening to me. And I performed along with everyone. Since then, no stop on. So that's a great experience.
For me, it is very strange, I should say, because I have not seen other than Kathakali, no other dance form or Natya. I did not know what is Bharatanatyam at all when I landed. I was asked to go to Kalakshetra and learn Kathakali. Except that I used to act in little children's theatre drama of my father, school teacher. Other than that, I don't know anything. But anyway, we started in 53 October 7th, actually, if I remember correct. Puja started with some Kathakali steps and also Bharatanatyam steps simultaneously. I just joined the mill, that's all. Then it went on, and that was a great experience for For scratch, I had to understand everything about Natya. That is my experience, and it was good experience because somehow when I started learning, I started taking more and more interest, and I wanted to learn it. It came naturally, probably because of the previous Janma practice, probably. Otherwise, I would not have landed in Kalakshetra. So then Kathakali and Bharatanatyam simultaneously I had training, equal training, morning and all Kathakali, evening always Bharatanatyam. So we had the advantage of learning both simultaneously with great masters. And immediately in just like her, the first experience was a Bommalata, which Sharda Hoffman.
Puppet. You have to dance like a puppet.
That was my first experience of going on the stage, and I had to dance like a puppet. Ramayana, Sita Swayamvaram. Within 6 months that happened, and we did just that
He was
puppet
cast
movement.
as little Rama, Swayamvara Rama, coming like this.
So
Nice
that
music.
with music, yes, folk music. Tandana 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 tandana. That is the tandana tandana. That is tune. For that we have to move like a dolls. Very beautiful production. அதெல்லாம் வந்து that was a great experience starting with, and then slowly we were inducted into small folk dances like kummi, kolatam, along with the girls. We were boys, only two of us, me and Balagopalan. That's the boys, as boys, and some Lakshman sir was there, Kunjiraman sir was there, that's all. Otherwise there were no boys at all at that time in 53. So we had all the focus on training us for something greater next. And Rukmini Devi started composing Sita Swayamvaram, Valmiki Ramayana Sita Swayamvaram, and casted me and Balagopal as Rama and Lakshmana. There is no other boys. And Rukmini Devi fastidiously believed in keeping the characters male and female separately. She didn't believe in ladies.
Male role should be taken by male, female role by female. That should be
So
very particular.
yes, so she wanted only the male dancers to be trained to all the male characters. So both of us very novice, and we have been put under Sharda teacher and Jayalakshmi teacher to train even the nada step,
You know,
how to walk.
the very particular Bharatanatyam walk, Kuliki Nade.
That took almost 6 months for us to master that. Nada. That was the, not even Tattadavu Natla, only Nada. And a novice, without knowing anything, not exposed to any kind of Natyam, we had to practice only Nada, 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 Nada. Nada. The whole dance drama was based on our Kuluk Nada, walk. And we got good name for that.
Like a special mention review for the way they walked.
So that is our introduction to Bharatanatyam. And then that dance drama had a lot of Kathakali also. The Kathakali was the main base for that some of the scenes, the forest scene and all that. So for that, Ashan Chandupanikar gave us all the nuances and trained us, treacherously trained us. So by 1955, we were ready to step on the stage with Rama as Lakshmana in the Sita Swayamvaram.
That's a real giant leap.
Yes.
You know, from nowhere, from when he entered 52. In 55, he is doing as Rama in Sita Swayamvaram, you know, the great production.
At that time, Shantha and M.S. Ramadevi were
We
Lava
did
and
the role
Kusha.
of Lavakusha along with M.S. Ramadevi,
Because they were-
wonderful singer.
They were kuttis, looking like boys, and they can also sing. At that time, we introduced, Rukmini Devi introduced singing and dancing.
She wanted
Yes. And they had to sing the Ramayana. That is in the Sita Swayamvaram, in the court of Rama.
They sing.
Tapaswadhyaya niratam tapasvi വാഗ്മിതാംബരം നാരദം പരിപപ്രച്ഛ വാൽമീകി മുനിപുംഗവം. അത് ആരംഭം. അത് പാടിണ്ടേ പണ്ണു. അപ്പോ those days
Actually, we were taught the song first.
yeah.
By sir and Lakshman sir taught us the song. We
in
learned
front
from
of
Vasudevacharya and taught us. Then after hearing our music, she did the choreography on us.
So Kalakshetra always believed in first learning music. All dancers, all Natyam students should learn music. Whether they sing professionally or not, but they have to know the music first. So they always taught us music first, then only they will start choreographing the piece. So when we do that, we know exactly the rhythm and the bhava, abhinaya, how it should be. So Periya Sarada teacher will explain to us the characters.
And
So
the
we imbibe all that.
threadbare, she will explain. She will teach
That
us
is-
word to word and the general meaning and padartham, vakyartham, whatever you call it. So that's how we imbibed all the characters.
That is the great experience of learning there. And we follow the same pattern now also in Bharatakilanjali. We ask our students to first learn the music and the lyrics, make them write down and the meaning, and understand the importance of the innate meaning of the poet. That's the first thing we teach them. Then only we start teaching the actual. We want to say a small shabdam. Here, seri, arindidam. We try to sing and make them sing that. Some people sing well. Some people they will always say, here, seri, here, arindidam.
Okay, yes,
That's
so
okay.
long as they know the feeling of it.
So anyway, the music feeling is very important. That is what we have imbibed from Kalakshetra training system. Same thing we follow a little more. Now things have changed, so we have to adapt certain technique to suit the modern
And
children.
also, those days we never had any time restriction. Though we had periods, but our teachers never thought of time and period. We went beyond time limit. Sometimes teachers would ask us to come early morning, 6 o'clock, when they are free. So everything is so fresh. you
Sometimes
say.
4 o'clock
Oh, there
in the
you are.
morning. Yes.
So and we lived in the campus, so that was another advantage that we had.
Gurukulam system of
Real Gurukulam.
That is-
Where can you find teachers otherwise just saying, hey, சும்மா இங்க நடந்துட்டு போற வா கிளாஸ்க்கு வா நான் கொஞ்சம் கிளாஸ் எடுக்கிறேன் வா இப்படி teachers will just sometimes ஐயோ டீச்சர் வராங்கன்னு ஓடி இந்த பக்கம் போயிடுவோம் கூப்பிடுவாங்களே டான்ஸ் பண்ண வைக்குவா we are young why do we don't want to practice again, we'll try to avoid, but that was the way they had trained us.
And
So much of giving.
For
We are
me,
not. We want to do that, but then there is a lot of restriction because kids are not available here. They come and go at a certain time, and they only can. I'm not blaming them. That's the way the world has become. So
For
we have
me-
to change ourselves.
and Balagopalan, two of us, taking care of Ashan. He was very, very old in a sense. He was almost 80 and he started
Kathakali
teaching
Asha,
us.
Chandu Panikar.
Janardhan's father is the one who brought us, no? So we had to be with him all the time. Whenever at his beck and call, we had to be there and look after him, giving him
Bring water,
bring
food,
water,
everything.
wash his clothes and all that. He was old, but he's a very, very strict man, and we cannot escape his eyes. He should be always in front, and whenever he feels, he will make us sit and do some exercise of Kathakali, either Abhinaya sessions, mudras, and putting talam and saying the Tirmanams and all that. Anytime. Even at midnight, probably. Sometimes when we are looking after him, we will be there sitting till 11 o'clock. But he will, even at that time only, also he will say us, sit and do this and do that like. So that was the kind of training we had. So that is very, that experience from the beginning, learning from under great masters in Kalakshetra under the tree. And the nature has taught us a lot. That's the beauty. Nowadays the people don't, they only have walls. But when we learned, it was all completely along the tree.
Mostly.
Practicing music under the tree, practicing mudra, abhinaya darpana or natya shastra, it is all under the tree. And we have a lot
Also
of place
having
to...
classes sometimes under the tree.
We also had academic sessions, not just Natyam alone. Along with that, we had history, geography, English, mathematics. That's also in between. Whenever there is no Natyam class, there will be either a mathematics class or a geography class. So it was complete education, not to get any degree or anything, but incidentally some of us appeared for matriculation, and then that was the only, till then it was there. But I did my intermediate privately because I was interested in studies also. I did Madhya Pradesh intermediate. Those days it used to be correspondence course.
Okay.
And then after that I did my economics degree with Delhi, along with all this.
All this stuff.
Because
Traveling, training,
no time to read or anything. We've been complete 24 hours in dancing, as well as in between, if we have any time, I used to learn. But luckily, some of the teachers, we were connected with the Besant High School also. There was a Besant school had a lot of teachers. That's academic. So those teachers also got involved with us. Though we are in Kalakshetra, that's a different department, but we were all staying in same hostel. Okay. So those teachers would help me to learn English, learn mathematics, geography. We can always approach them. They have nothing to do with Kalakshetra, but still they were connected.
Supported.
So that is the kind of
you live
Gurukulam.
Together, you share a lot together.
That may not happen in today's world. Even in today Kalakshetra, it is not there. It's all separate. Nobody intermingle with others. But that was the day. So we had that kind of advantage. So what all we are today, it is because of that kind of comprehensive education. And meeting a lot of great personalities. In Kalakshetra, people, a lot of great personalities visited. Scholars, political leaders, and Vidwans, Sangeeta Vidwans, and Samskrita Vidwans.
State heads from outside India
yes.
also. Like
all came.
kings and emperors all will come.
Including Dalai Lama, he used to come, and very often he used to visit, because Rukmini Devi gave a lot of charity program for those.
Actually, she gave asylum to
all the Tibetan boys,
refugees.
Families. Dalai Lama used to visit and speak. Those days he never spoke English, only their language. Somebody has to interpret. Now he speaks international. So that was the kind of atmosphere. So that is our journey. And then of course Rukmini Devi started creating her own the Ramayana, series of Ramayana, and then productions like Andal Charitam, Gita Govindam, and Tagore's Shyama, and all that. And we were part of that, and she had the best hands at that time. So she was able to create her best creation while we were all. She still did on us. Now what they are following is what we have
Done. Yes.
the foundation laid
Choreography
out.
was said.
Yes. Her best choreographer is during our period. Me,
are very lucky
Shantha, Krishnaveni, Kala, Savitri, Ambika Bhuj, Janardhan, Balagopalan, and Kunjaraman sir, all that. Lakshman sir was also there. So, and Kuma, there was one very
teacher, Sharada teacher, of course.
They're all equally qualified and best, and she was able to completely transfer her imagination to us, and we were able to adapt, get it.
That is also
That's why all those productions those periods, they are much acclaimed in the field.
And
so
even today we are able to feel and connect with the production.
and also these productions were not just for today's, like today 1.5 hours or 2 hours. 3 hours show, people will sit silently and watch without any disturbance. Adu in the Kalakshetra theatre was very divine looking. It's very like temple like always. Even today, when there's anything that is staged on Kalakshetra stage, it's very good. The same Kalakshetra Padani, if it is done in outside theatre, it doesn't have that kind of appeal. So Kalakshetra theatre had that divinity, Devi Gata we say. So because it's done there, same theatre we practiced and also performed on the same stage. That is the kind of atmosphere we had. So all those productions are now monumental. Later productions after we left, those productions are not called monumental. They are not repeated as much as Ramayanam or other productions. So that way,
earlier productions, Kutrala Kuravanji and Kumara Sambhavam were great. But those two were there much earlier to all these, the present ones. Started with those. And where Rukmini Devi herself performed as the main character. Those two.
So during your period itself,
Earlier
was
period she
stopped
was
to
performing.
perform.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to be part of her production while she performed, like in Kutrala Kuravanji and Kumara Sambhavam. We were younger dancers who took part also. We were given a chance along with our teachers, you know. So I think we were very lucky. And soon after that, she stopped dancing.
Rukmini Devi stopped dancing in 1956 while she was MP, Member of Parliament. So that was the last performance we remember in Delhi. Along with her, we danced. Kumar
We did
Sambhavam
in
and
Patna also, you know.
there's an All India
We
tour,
had a very big tour along with her.
and we danced with her. That was the last performance we did in India International Center, I think, or Institute of Science, where Jawaharlal Nehru was there, present. He presented, and also we did in Raj Bhavan in front of Rajendra Prasad. In the Darbar Hall itself, we did Ramayanam Sita Swayamvaram scene. So Rukmini Devi was there, and that was her last performance. So then she said, "Okay, bye to." Then started teaching and choreographing more and more productions. 6 Ramayanams they did, but we were part of
We only 4.
4. അതായത് സീതാ സ്വയംവരം, രാമനഗമനം, പട്ടാഭിഷേകം ആൻഡ് ശബരിമോക്ഷം. Next, then by then I had already left at 68. Then Janardhanan took over. That is how Kalakshetra life has been. And then we started Bharata Kalanjali in 1968, almost in the same model of training we received. Plus, we had to change a little bit because the children were not full-time available. As you know, children were more, those days some people are more anxious to have the academic qualifications, so part-time students. Only few foreign students were there full-time. We were lucky enough to train a lot of foreign students, and in Bharata Kalanjali we had many foreigners trained. And foreigners did not get admission in Kalakshetra. So those who wanted to go to Kalakshetra and get training, but since they don't get admission, they come to Bharata Kalanjali. That was next. Immediately after.
A very short period those days, just 2 years, and with 2 years, you know, you hardly get enough to learn.
So the initial stage, people used to say Bharata Kalanjali is a foreigners foreign institution, because we had more foreign students. நிறைய foreign students அந்த காலத்தில் உருவாக்கினது தான் இன்னைக்கு உலகம் பூரா ஒரு இடத்துல எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ் பண்ணி நம்ம ஸ்டைலை கலாட்சேத்ரா ஸ்டைலை பரப்பியிருக்குது. அந்த பெருமை தான் எங்களுக்கு. கலாட்சேத்ரா ஸ்டைலை பாப்புலரைஸே பண்ணலை. இட் இஸ் த்ரூ அஸ் அண்ட் அவர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் we have propagated so-called Kalakshetra style, which of course we never call it a style. It's a evolutionary thing.
Later.
Yes. So we are proud that we have contributed much to the propagation and preservation of Kalakshetra tradition. Much greater than any of other teachers, or I can very boldly say that. Because of us, and also after leaving Kalakshetra, We are the first people who started performing as duo. Nobody else have performed outside. Even Rukmini Devi did not give much performances abroad. It is we who has taken Kalakshetra. Kalakshetra performance was only confined to the four walls of Kalakshetra, not even Sabhas. And we have seen people queuing up for program in Kalakshetra. People used to come like a pilgrimage to see Kalakshetra
It's like the
performance.
Bolshoi, in USSR. How
So that
people
is-
go to Bolshoi theatre to see the Bolshoi ballet.
Yeah. So that is so we have, as soon as we started performing, I brought in a lot of innovations, changes, because at that time even Bharatanatyam performance was stagnated, not progress made. It's only Alaripu to Tilana, same pattern people have been doing. But even Kalakshetra, they have been doing only that kind of. But I thought that is not, that is, it is, there is some stagnation in the evolutionary process. So I evolved a lot of new compositions which will cater to the interest of the younger generation. They need a little speed, and also they should understand what we are saying. Just padartha abhinayam panna mattum poradu. We need a lot of chanchari to the big chunk of Sanchari introduction was given by us. Stories in Sanchari form communicates easily to Chinna Pasanga as well as the older people.
Yes.
That's why we start that Athana Varnam, probably you must have learned it from Murthy, your guru. So we have brought in Sancharis and Swaram, Abhinaya for Swaras and all that. So that clicked. And both of us joining the Ardhanarishwara concept came into fore very strongly. So people started appreciating our programs. A lot of people came all time, full houses with ticketed. We were able to do programs with ticketed programs with full house. Those days it was like that. And then I also kept certain strict discipline and rely on our merit only, not influencing people or going and begging for programs. Even Sabhas have not presented us at all, because we always ask for professional fee. So the Sabhas who never paid proper remuneration, I avoided. So I didn't perform in Sabhas at all. Without performing in Sabhas, we have come up. How? Best venues we got was marriage receptions. That was also, again, people criticized. Oh, Dhananjayan is doing commercial programs in the marriage receptions. That's a big taboo, you know. So I had to say, when MS Subbalakshmi or DK Patammal or MGNB, they can all sing in marriage receptions. That is allowed. Then why not Dhananjayan? That was my argument. Then they all kept quiet. See, when we marriage reception, we were paid professional fee. And people, I insisted on them sitting quiet.
Proper theatre.
And proper theatrical. I brought in that discipline. Everybody has to sit and watch, and then only they can go for the dinner.